Hey everybody, it's Brian from quantlabs.net. Now, hopefully you've been following me over the last, just alone in the last 24 hours have been huge. I've got David from Fix8, and I'm going to mention what this is, doing a presentation in a couple of weeks for a meetup online for everybody to be part of. He's going to be logging in from Sydney, Australia, so he's putting a lot of time and dedication into this. Okay, so let's talk about Fix8, Fix, the protocol, and what it can do. When you go professional, more institutional in terms of your trading and execution, depending upon the broker you go with, and this is more again institutional, meaning if you go with an HFT type of broker, maybe trading right on the exchange, even interactive brokers enable you to use Fix. This is a really good way to execute, get data, blah, 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 blah. The problem is it's a very difficult protocol and something to implement. Even for my 30-odd years of development, I still can't get my head around it. So if you struggle with it, you're not alone. But the cool thing is, when I heard about this project, the Fix8, you know, there's quick fix, but the Fix8 is leaner, it's faster, and higher performance, and most of all, it's in C++, and it will support all the major OSs out there: Linux, OS 10 for Mac, and then of course Windows. Now they have there's a new version that's just been released. It's a production version, I guess you could call it, of 1.1. Just came out. I've talked to David yesterday about it. I'm really excited on the development and where this is going. Now, from my understanding, you get the base Fix as the engine, as the implementation. Depending upon your broker, then each broker will have its own implementation, how they use the Fix protocol. So obviously, through their API, they'll have a spec. You need that spec to build on top of the Fix8 engine. Now, just so people know, David has his own little consulting thing going on where he'll build that for you, for your broker, just so people know. Now, again, he's going to be presenting this coming April 22nd, I think it is, which is a Tuesday, and it's going to be out to the community. I want people to really take advantage of it, especially all the institutional players out there. Because this is rare to have in an open source project like this, all done in C++, and it's going to be cool. And the other thing is, obviously I'm pushing the webinar, the meetup for that, but what I'm also trying to have people understand is that as it's open source, David has his own consulting shop, so as I said, if you need implementation, he's the go-to guy and your guy to go to implement a Fix solution. If you want to know more about his contact, just go to the fix8.org. It's fix, F-I-X, 8.org. I'll put a link below the video or on my blog or whatever. The other thing is, don't be surprised. You may get maybe, I'm not saying it will happen, but it could happen where there may be a commercial implementation of it. Now, you know, obviously there has to be some revenue based on it. I'm the same way. You know, I got a membership, and that's how we keep the lights on around here. But these options on a commercial level are not cheap. There is ORC, and there's a few other ones, and they're up in the neighborhood of $10,000 to $15,000 a month. Okay, $10,000 to $15,000 a month. We're not talking just the trading platform, we're just talking about Fix itself and into the networks or the exchanges. So just keep that in mind when you have this type of library out there, and how valuable it is, and how flexible and whatnot it comes with for the cost of pretty well zero, let alone if you need to have some implementation developed as an adapter into your brokerage. There is obviously a lot more affordable than $10,000 to $15,000 a month if you're really serious. So I'm just putting that out there for this project. I want to see it thrive and be alive, and really trying to help get that message out there that this project does exist, and again, we are going to have a project on it. For those that may not be able to attend or are past the date of this meetup, don't worry, there will be a recording or a replay of this on my YouTube channel. So we'll have that up and running as well. So just keep it there in mind. If you are in the need of fix, we have a solution there for, or a solution exists. Just get in touch with fix8.org, and I'm sure there's a contact on there, and it's David, who's kind of the founder of it, and obviously the lead developer guy on it. So just keep that in mind, all right? Because I think we have now somebody working on an FPGA solution with MATLAB and Simulink. If there's a way that these two technologies can be bridged, that's definitely going to be the next generation of all of the stuff that I do and that my community does, because right now we use interactive brokers, using the trader workstation to execute and simulate execution. It's just an easy way to do it, but to do it the right way and to do it in a certain level of volume, your next best is the gateway with interactive brokers, if that will be your broker, or if you choose to use Fix. But again, Fix is always tied back to the specification of the protocol for your broker. So it's a big deal. You need to choose your broker well. For me, the contenders would be maybe interactive brokers, definitely LMAX for out of London for Forex. They are great. They are market neutral. David actually confirmed that the new ECN IEX supports Fix as well, so there may be some opportunity there. And they're out of, obviously, New York, and that's the new company that was driven by the Michael Lewis Flash Boys books. So that's how I know about those guys. So there's a number of options out there, but those would be probably my top contenders. And then there's obviously another, if I get properly funded as a let's say a private prop shop, yeah, I'd go the HFT route, and I know a broker out there that just focuses on that, but you have to have a certain minimal amount for capital to get them to answer the phone call. So there's about 4 options, but the 3 that I can obviously mention is IEX, interactive brokers, and LMAX. It depends on the kind of assets you're focusing on, and where you're from, and how much capital you're starting with. And if you want to go with HFT, there's a 4th option out there as well. There's a lot of options, but that's right now who I'd go with. But again, it depends on capital and volume and number of transactions you are bringing to the table as a trading operation. So that's what's going on. But again, keep in mind, Fix8 is a cool project that you should be aware of. Over and out, and hopefully I'll help you out. Talk to you later.